All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 2024 NFL season, week 1, Pick'ems League. Kimbernator here with my little side host, Rowan Bowman. Hey, Rowan. Glad to be back. We're kicking it off this year, full season this time, guys. Last year, we kind of got started a little bit late. My first time doing this kind of stuff on YouTube. But, hey, we got a full run at it this year. The Pick'ems League's live. The description below will have the codes and information to join this league with us. And I've got a new thing, guys. You're hearing it here first. There will be some prizes at the end of the season for this. So be sure to join. And the top places will have some prizes, some gift prizes. More to come on that, guys. So be sure, join this league as soon as you see this. Get your picks in each week as we come live here. And without that, we're not going to kill you much time with going over it. So more to come. Any questions, put your comments in below in this video. Like this video, share this with your family and friends. The more people, the bigger the prizes, guys. So remember that. Rowan, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to these picks. So first up, we're going to go down in order. The first team I have is Kansas City and Baltimore. It's the first game. And those of you that do not know, I stream these games. We will be streaming this game. I will be on here Thursday night carrying the live play-by-play coverage. If you can't get it, come here on YouTube, back to Kimbronator, and you can catch the game live here with me. I'll break it down play-by-play. So
make sure to tune in, guys.
Exactly. Rowan, who do you have?
I have the Baltimore Ravens going into Arrowhead and upsetting the Chiefs.
You do. Baltimore it is for Rowan. Awesome pick. It's going to be a toss-up. Both are great teams coming off a great season last year for both. Lamar Jackson, I can't go against Mahomes, man. I'm going to give the Chiefs the edge here. So my pick is KC on this game here. Next up, Green Bay goes into Philly. Who do you got?
Well, this one's going to be interesting. You know, it's the first game, I believe, in Brazil. All this hoopla about them not being able to wear green uniforms, but I'm very high on the Green Bay Packers this year. Not that I think Philadelphia is not going to be great, but I think the Packers are going to be a surprise to a lot of people, and I have them taking this one.
Right on. So you're going to go with the Pack. I'm going to have to say Philly's defense. They've got a strong defense. Both teams are expected to be contenders this season. I'm just going to give the edge to Philly for the defense matchup. All righty. Next up, Pittsburgh taking on Atlanta in Atlanta.
I'm going with the Falcons. I don't think Arthur Smith gets his revenge on his old team. I think the Kirk Cousins era starts strong for Atlanta.
Well, the Steelers. It's a tough matchup against the Falcons. But I'm going to give the edge to the Falcons. I just have a feeling the Falcons have it. So Pittsburgh's kind of in a rebuild phase right now in a way. So I'm going to give it to Atlanta. So I'm all down on the left side right now. I think you're kind of mixed. So we're going at it. So next up, we got Arizona and Buffalo.
Don't think we have to spend too much time on this one. I'm going with the Bills.
Bills. I got the Bills too, my friend. Can't go against the Bills. Next up, Tennessee and in Chicago.
Now, this is an interesting game for me. Tennessee, they added a couple pieces this offseason. L'Jarius Sneed from Kansas City. They added Calvin Ridley. I still think I'm going to get the edge to Chicago. I'm a Caleb Williams believer. I think he's going to be really good.
I kind of tend to agree with you, but part of me thinks Chicago's still got a lot to prove. You know, are they going to get all the bugs worked out? We shall see. I'm kind of leaning towards Tennessee, but I think you've sold it on me. You know, they did have some. I'm actually going to change this one. I don't normally do this, but I initially wrote down Tennessee, but I'm going to go with Chicago too. Heisman, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to be. He showed a lot in preseason. I know there were some inefficiencies, but man, that arm talent is there.
I agree. So we shall see. Tennessee's been kind of down on and off here, so they lost the beast of a running back, so that is no more. Alrighty, next up, New England goes into Cincinnati. I mean,
another one I don't.
You don't need to spend much time on this one. I mean,
I think we both got Cincinnati here.
Cincinnati. There's a no-brainer. All right, Indianapolis versus the Texans. I think that you can't spend much time on this one either. Stroud, man.
I think this one could be sneaky good, but I am going to go Houston.
You're going to Houston? I'm going to go Houston as well. I can't go against Stroud. He had a phenomenal rookie season, so let's see if he can start it off right here. Jacksonville at Miami.
This is a tough matchup. I could see this one going either way, but I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins defending home field.
I agree with you 100% there because Miami, they finished strong. They went into KC and played a close game with the defending Super Bowl champions in Kansas City. That was a cold game, bitter game. I wish it could have been played at a neutral site so it could have truly showed them more talents. So, man, I'm going to have to go with Miami as well. Carolina in New Orleans.
This one is tough because New Orleans, I mean, we kind of know what they are. They're mid. They have a lot of talent, but I'm just not sure Dennis Allen is the guy.
Well, and then you got Carolina coming off one of the worst seasons they had last year. They were last place. Did they win a ball game? Maybe one or two. So
they won a couple.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's just we have no idea what Carolina's going to look like. I mean, Bryce Young, he was terrible last year. This is, to me, I almost view this as another rookie campaign for him. Because, it was just so much turmoil. They got a lot of problems with their owner. And I think I'm going to lead New Orleans because of that. But
yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. I think that's right. The owner got in trouble in the game, didn't he?
He threw a drink on some fans.
Yeah, I remember that now. I saw the video on that. He actually dumped the drink on the people. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to go with New Orleans as well. I'm down the left side. I need to mix it up a little bit, but I can't on this next one either. How about who do you got out of Minnesota going to New York? Giants, not the Jets. Giants.
Well, Sam Darnold, he's I think going to be serviceable enough to push Minnesota past a Giants team that I think has the potential to be very bad this year.
They could, and they could surprise you. I've seen them in the past. It's like sometimes they are decent, and and especially the year they won the Super Bowl with Eli, they started off rough and finished strong.
That's true.
Never know. Yeah, it's early in the season. A lot can happen. So you're going to go with Minnesota?
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Vikings. I'm going to stay with the Vikings as well. This is a tough one. This is kind of tough for me. The Chargers taking on the Raiders in LA.
This is going to be a battle in the trenches, in my opinion. Jim Harbaugh, his time at Michigan showed us anything. He wants to run the ball. And they're pretty weak at receiver. They drafted Lad McConkey, but I don't think that's going to be their main focus. I think they're going to try to pound it. But,
think
the Raiders, so? Yes, sir. And the Raiders, they added Christian Wilkins this last offseason to play in that middle of that D-line. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think the Chargers sneak it out, though.
I kind of do, too. I think the Chargers do have the edge here. New coaching staff, basically. It's a new year, kind of almost a rebuild. So let's see what they do. Denver goes to Seattle. The 12th man.
Broncos.
Going with the Broncos?
I'm going with the Broncos. I think they finally beat Seattle, but without Russell Wilson.
Well, I've got to give it to the 12th man. I got to give it 12th man. Denver going into Seattle. Seattle's got the roar of that stadium. I just feel like Seattle's got the edge here. So I'm going to stick with Seattle. Next up, come on, man. Who is it? Cowboys versus Browns.
I think this is going to be the best game of the week, potentially outside of maybe 49ers Jets. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to lean Dallas because I don't think Deshaun Watson is a very good quarterback anymore. And I believe Dak is just way better than he is, and I think that'll give Dallas the edge. Although it'll be interesting to see how well they run the ball.
Right. I'm going to go with Cowboys as well. I'm going to stick with them. I can't go against the Cowboys. That's just my rule. So next up, Washington takes on Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
I think this is Tampa all the way.
Tampa 2, baby. I got Tampa 2. Tampa all the way. There's no way, man. The Redskins. I still call them Redskins. I'm sorry, but my whole life, that's what I've known them as, and it's hard for me to change them. So, right on. Los Angeles Rams takes on Detroit in Detroit. I think this is gonna. You're saying Dallas, but man, I think this would be a pretty good game too.
Yeah, glad it's on prime time. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, I think it has a potential. So, who's your pick?
I'm going with the Rams getting revenge for last season's playoff loss. I think they take this one week 1.
Think so? Man,
Yep.
I got to give it to Detroit playing at home. They're going to be tough. They're going to be on fire. That stadium is going to be loud. I'm going to give the edge to Detroit. And last but not least, San Francisco taking on the New York Jets. I mean, come on.
I got the New York Jets.
New York Jets.
I got the New York Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers throws 2 touchdowns. I think they run the ball well against that 49ers team that's got a weakened D-line, weakened linebacker core. Don't get me wrong. I still think San Francisco is likely the favorite in the NFC. But I think,
for sure.
I think the bad man returns.
You think even the old quarterback, beat up quarterback, Rodgers goes into his home state and takes on Brock Purdy and shows him up?
I think he shows him up.
I'm going to stick with Purdy, man. I can't go. You're a wild man. All righty. So for the tiebreaker predictions on these games, New York Jets versus San Francisco. Predict the scores. I'm just going to throw out there 14-28 for the 49ers. And Rams 7-17 for Detroit. Team to score the most points this week. Oh, who was that? Who, in my opinion, is going to score a bunch? I think it's going to be Cincinnati.
I think so too.
I think Cincinnati, especially playing a weak New England defense that's in a rebuild. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Burrow's going to pick them apart.
Yeah. It's going to be a massacre.
It's going to be bad. Who will score the fewest points? It'd be New England.
I've got New England.
You got New England? Well, that's who I'm picking too. New England. I'm going to pick New England on that as well. So
we're dogging on them so much. New England's going to come out, win like 40.
Come out. Yep. That probably so. All right. Overview. Let's go back in here. All right. Oh, I went too far back. My bad. All right. Let's see if we can. I think I can see your picks. No, it just shows you've entered, so I can't see your picks, but you guys heard it here. I couldn't remember. So we have our picks in. You'll have the advantage. You will see our picks in this league. So don't forget, guys, be sure to drop likes on this stream video. Drop some likes on this video, and be sure to share this with friends and family. Join our league below in the description. Yahoo Fantasy Sports Pick'em League, and you'll see the code and password to join the league. Any other tips, Rowan, before we head out?
Make sure to copy my picks if you want to win those prizes.
There you go, guys. So that's gonna wrap, and we will see you Thursday. Later, everyone.